Shalom, brothers and sisters. I am Sister Yerua Hadessa.
And I'm Sarah.
And welcome to The Last Word.
This is a show in which our guests can express their opinions about today's events.
But in the end, the Most High has the last word. So I'll ask the questions, and each guest can answer individually, no talking over each other.
Guests can talk amongst each other, answering one at a time.
This is a conversation, not a lecture or a class.
First, give your opinion, and then we will see what the Most High has to say concerning the matter.
Remember, you must prove all things using sources, and Sister Sarah will serve as our main reader. So let's begin. Shalom, brothers and sisters. We come with another episode of The Last Word. So I have here my guests, Brother Shalaka Bar and Brother Malaakia, with me today.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalaka Bar.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Malaakia.
And we are here to talk about the topic of homosexuality.
Oh, snap.
First, let's give our opinion, and then we'll go into what the Most High has to say about homosexuality.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all praises to the Most High and Yahweh Shai, our King, the ones to come, the ones who's to sit on the throne of David, and whose kingdom shall last forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Malakia, she's talking about homosexuality. Well, growing up as a child, I've actually seen it in the neighborhood where I live. Even though back then it was like on a down low, but from the behavior from some of the young students that were around me in school, they were kind of feminine. I didn't understand it until I sat down and actually had a conversation with my mother. My mother was very strict. She was very blunt. My mother was telling me that the child was gay, and that could have happened on many occasions. A loss of a father, absentee father, I would like to put, and being raised around a lot of women or the environment that was around them. And it was hard for me to, grasp a hold of that. And because I said to myself, well, how come something like that didn't happen to me? I was raised by my grandmother. But then again, she was like, that's different because you have uncles around, which that's true. And, each of us in our family have that one particular person who's gay. I, for one, myself, I have an uncle who's gay. And it just so happened he himself brought up, some scriptures. He was just like, I never found anywhere in the Bible where it says that the Most High doesn't like, homosexuals. Oh, wow. And I said to myself, at that time, I was fresh. I was new to the truth. And I said to him, but, Unc, it doesn't seem normal. It seems very out of place, and why would you want to lie with another man? You understand? I mean, what about you, Malakia?
Well, my first experience, I was raised in the household of my mother and aunt, so I don't necessarily agree with, because they was raised with women, because I was raised nothing but around a bunch of women.
I hear you.
I didn't have an absentee father. My father was in my life. Like, on the weekends, I used to go over to my grandma's house, and I spent time with my father and, my uncle, my aunts. But majority of my home time, I was raised with females. I was raised in the household with my grandmother, two of my aunts, and my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So all I saw was women and women things. But it never gave me the urge to put on female clothing,
exactly,
or act out as a female, or have mannerism as a female. I always was a young man.
Because it seems off as hell to do something like that.
Then I transitioned to a young man into a man.
Huh. It seemed off as hell to do something like that, right?
Con. And trust and believe, it didn't feel natural or comfortable to do anything like that. So I don't understand where the comfortability of people that is homosexuality feel that it's natural. Because, some of them will come out and say, well, it's the natural what God made me. And it's like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll say things like, you can't help who you love or whatever other things that they normally would say concerning them to defend their lifestyle.
You know what get me? When they say I was born this way. Mm-hmm. That's what gets me.
Yeah, like Malachi was just saying, God made me like this.
Yeah, blaming it on the Most High. Yeah.
Right. And then you can't come out and say you was born this way, because when you was born this way, you gotta deliberately show me a gene.
Yeah.
A homosexuality gene. And there's no such thing as a homosexuality gene.
Yeah, I remember seeing articles saying something about there was a particular gene that people would be born with that would tilt them towards that whole homosexuality lifestyle.
It sounds like they're making justification for sin. That's what it sounds like. I'm just, I don't mean to like try to, but it is what it is. It sounds like you justifying sin. But go ahead.
But yeah, like you were saying, Shalak, about like years ago, it was kept under wraps. I have an aunt that's a homosexual, and for years, like they would say, "Oh, that's my roommate," and you think, okay, y'all just splitting the bills. You're a little kid, you don't know no better. But then you happen to look into the room, like, wait a minute, why is there only one bed in the room? Like, I don't understand. But
wait, that's Aunt Betty. That's just Aunt Betty's friend.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, that's my friend. Your friend.
Just friend. Just come over. Always the friend. That was the key. That was the little catchphrase, friend.
Yeah. But it's like nowadays, it's like in your face now, to the point where, they talking about like if say there's some person who identifies with the opposite gender, that you can't object to them using the bathroom of the gender that they so-called identify with. Not for nothing, but I wouldn't be comfortable being in a bathroom with another man in there. Whether you look like a girl or not, like you still a man.
You still have the man parts.
And it's a good thing you brought that up, because that whole this gender neutral, gender ID type thing is just getting ridiculous. Because now you got people saying, even though I'm a man, I was originally a female in me, or I'm a female, but it's really a man in me. Now it's to the point you got people talking about, I'm born a man, but I really feel like I'm a dog. Now they want to be different.
Yeah, they dragging it now. Yeah.
They just going off Looney Tunes with it.
He said Looney Tunes.
Because that's what the damn show is. It's like Looney Tunes. Like, come on. It's really, you got Bugs Bunny out here really cross-dressing. And you have to accept it. I saw somebody, one of them protesters had a sign saying, I'm born a female, but doesn't make me consider a female because I'm born a female. Then what the hell are you then?
Or like some forms nowadays have the gender part. You can have some type of status that's in addition to male or female.
Like, it's a bunch of Looney Tunes. That's what I'm just going to keep on it. It's a bunch of Looney Tunes. It's a bunch of Looney Tune madness.
All right, so we ready to see what the Most High has to say about this situation here?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, let's talk. Right, yes, let's see what the Most High says. Now, I mean, hey,
where do we start?
Well, 1 Corinthians 14:33. Read 1 Corinthians 14:33. Let's see what the Most High said. What do you think, Malachi?
I'm with you, brother. Let's go.
All right, 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion.
And that's exactly what being a homo is. To be gay is a state of confusion. Go ahead, read.
But of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
Right there. The Most High is not the author of confusion. To be a homosexual is a state of confusion. It's wicked. In Mark 10, 6 and 9. It's wicked. To sit up there, a woman lying with another woman, a man lying with another man. Okay? That is against nature. That is against the natural order of things that the Most High has set in place. Yeah, read.
Mark 10 verse 6. But from the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female.
You see this? From the beginning of the creation, the Most High made them male and female.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife.
No, was he supposed to cleave to his husband?
Cleave to his wife.
What do you think, Malaki? He's supposed to cleave to his husband?
He says cleave to his wife. If that wife don't sound like the husband to me.
So why are we seeing men with men out here and women with women holding hands and kissing and everything? When clearly the Most High said that a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife.
And they twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh.
That sound like marriage to me. The two shall become one flesh.
What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder.
So these laws out here where it says it's okay, I don't know who said that. So in other words, somebody must have took the truth of the Most High and turned it into a lie. I don't know who said that it was okay for a man to be with a man and get married. I don't know who said it was okay for a woman to get with a woman, you know what I'm saying, and marry. Let me tell you something. Life cannot be produced like that.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. No, but the scriptures say, be fruitful and multiply. How can we be fruitful and multiply if you have two of the same sexes laying down with each other?
Exactly.
There was a video we was watching. There was this a pastor in Harlem. His name was Pastor Manning.
Pastor Manning.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
And he was saying, like, he was talking about some situation about two women being together or whatever. And he was saying how, you know, can no life be produced out of that union? They laying in a bed, laying in death. Because there's no life there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Pastor Manning, you know, he did make a point there.
And then you think about it, like, here it is. They get together and they still want a family. They still have that desire to be parents and this and that. So what they go do is they go get adoptions and get children who don't have parents. And so that's like a whole nother situation.
Yes.
Because, yeah, okay, these kids need parents, but they're being exposed to a level of death here that, you know.
So basically, yeah, they being exposed to a lifestyle that's not conducive to produce life, basically.
Right.
Yes.
And they're being shown that this is okay, this is natural, this is normal.
What do you think, Malakia?
I was about to bring up another situation what I was just reading about a female couple.
Mm-hmm.
One was pregnant and they was able to share the pregnancy between both of them. One carried the baby for a couple of months and then they moved it out that woman and put it in another woman. So they both experienced the pregnancy together.
What? That's ridiculous.
Oh man, see
they moved the fetus out of the first.
That's dangerous.
I don't even know how to say it. The first mother and put it in the second mother and the second.
Are you serious?
Do the delivery? Yes. This recently just happened.
The wickedness.
This is showing, like he just said, just showing the wickedness of this homosexuality.
How is that possible?
The Most High.
I was bugging out when I first heard it.
The Most High.
I gotta look that up.
The Most High.
Yes, please.
The Most High is he's gonna tell it.
A lesbian couple shared. Get
that James 1:13. See, the Most High is going to tell it. That's a daggone shame. The wickedness, man, passing fetus around from one woman to the next woman, so they both can experience the so-called pregnancy.
Right.
That's a daggone shame, man. Nope.
Says James 1:13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Didn't we say that earlier today? Let no man say I am tempted. I was born this way. You know, I felt that I was, that I was meant to be this, and God made a mistake and things of that nature. What did it say there?
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil.
That's right.
Neither tempteth he any man.
He can't be tempted with evil, and he doesn't tempt man to be evil. That's not the Most High's way. We'll read to 15.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
That's what it is. That's what it is right there. That's your own lust. You are enticed when you yourself being a man looking at another man's butt and you getting turned on. That's you. That's your lust, and it's wicked as hell. And that goes to show that you don't have the protection of the Most High. That's what that is.
Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin.
Look at that. Mm-hmm.
And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
In other words, you'll catch that sickness. And, Ak, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just, listening to that, and then how the Most High tells you is they lust. It's just another story that just came out. It was on Sports Center and everything. It was even going around on Twitter how the basketball player Dwight Howard was just ousted by allegedly his former ex-boyfriend.
So Dwight Howard is a homo.
Yeah, he was just ousted.
Oh my!
Had audio recordings of them having conversation. The audio conversation of talking about the only reason they broke up in their relationship because he was going to orgy parties with other transsexuals, having unprotected sex.
Oh my goodness, Dwight Howard, man.
Right, this is a brother. He never had no kids, never been married.
Dwight Howard.
Yes. It's the so-called Superman himself, 6'11" basketball player.
A big faggot. Isn't that something?
Now this just came out. Now he's been outside the closet. You know what that's all about, though. That was about lucrative money and deals. But look, now he even said it himself. He was ending the relationship because he don't want to get out, because he don't want his career to be over. This is the one thing these guys understand. They do this wickedness because they following after their own lust. They know once that madness come out, that this is what you've been doing, what happens to them? The career is over. Nobody want to deal with it. Look at the, what was the white man, Bruce Jenner, coming out now? He's called Kylie Jenner.
Get that Romans 1:21.
And they had the nerve, hold on, this white man had the nerve now change his sex. First of all, who do you think you are? You're not the Most High. You don't have the right to change the gender he gave you. And then had the nerve the same year he changed his gender to be called Woman of the Year. What type of disrespectfulness is that?
That's off, man. That is off.
That's just being just blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
You got given the ESPY Awards for Woman of the Year because you changed your agenda. So this showing you how this society, a society in the world that we spoke in a couple of episodes back, I think about 3 weeks back, that this world is not the world of the Most High.
That's right.
Because if this was the word of the Most High, this wouldn't be promoted. And this is being promoted everywhere, even down to the young kids.
That's bad. That's like basically saying our children is not safe, man. They got children's book promoting homosexuals. They got cartoons. They have, it's too much, man. The Most High said the earth was given unto the hands of the wicked. That's it.
And it darn sure was.
Yeah, read that, please.
Romans 1:21.
We get into the history of homosexuality. Go ahead.
Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened.
This is how, now jump to verse 24.
Verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
Remember what we spoke about in the book of James? The lust of their own heart. He gave them up to uncleanness. He took his hand of protection away from them. Go ahead, read.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Men sleeping with men, feeling on each other's rear. Go ahead.
Verse 25.
No, skip 25, go right to 26.
26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
He did what?
Gave them up unto vile affections.
He gave them up unto vile affections. Go ahead, read.
For even their women did change the natural use.
See, the women too, talking about the lesbians. They not getting away with nothing. Go ahead, read.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Against nature. Go ahead.
And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another.
Say it again. They what?
Burned in their lust one toward another.
This is the Most High talking about homosexuality. Burn in their lust, leaving the natural use of a woman. Burn in their lust one towards another. Go ahead, read.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly.
Working that which is unseemly. That down low. Am I right or wrong?
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meat.
Okay.
28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
Beyond hope of salvation. That's what reprobate means. Beyond hope of salvation.
To do those things which are not convenient.
Which is laying down with your kissing, having sex with each other. The giver and the receiver. Go ahead, read.
Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters.
Backbiters. That's it. You backbiters.
Haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
The Most High said what? They are worthy of what?
Death.
So now see, he not playing with you homosexuals and you lesbians.
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
You best believe they do have pleasure in what they're doing. Here they listening to some Lady Gaga. Baby, I was born this way. Right or wrong?
I'm mad you sing.
You're right. And it also, this also shows you the teaching of, here we go again, that Christianity doctrine, that don't matter, come on in. God loves you the way you are. This is the way you are, so God loves you anyway. And the Most High is going to take you how you are, and you are a blessing. Another doctrine I hear from this I call him the Joker, Mr. Joe Austin. Being a homosexuality is a gift from God.
Are you serious? What did the Most High just say right here?
He sat on an interview program in an interview with Oprah and saying being homosexuality is a gift from the Most High.
It's not a gift.
And that you receive a gift from him. That is a damn lie. Because you know what? Look what the scriptures just say.
Exactly. A prime example. Get Genesis 19:5. This is how wicked these people. It's like almost as if King, like their mindset is different from a natural man, natural being. You know what I'm saying? How could they possibly think that this is something that's acceptable and that it's a natural thing?
And it's not acceptable, but this is a culture of the heathen nation. These are the cultures of Hamitic people. This is a culture of European people down to the Romans, the Greeks and the Romans.
In Genesis 19 verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in to thee this night?
These are homosexuals asking Lot. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. The birthplace, you might as well say homosexuals, lesbian.
Listen to the name,
Sodom, yeah.
When you do that to another man, that's called sodomy.
Exactly. This is the birthplace of homosexuals, faggots, lesbians. And they had the nerve to go up to Lot, the only righteous soul that's living there in that land during that time. Where are the men? They're talking about the angels that came unto the city. Where are the two men, what they say?
Which came into thee this night. Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
That we may what?
That we may know them.
This is biblical terms for saying so that we can sleep with them. That's what they meant by so we may know them. They wanted to sleep with the angels. Do you hear the nasty? Ak, you hear this?
We may know them. He ain't talking about the know him of getting to shake his hand and sit down and have a drink. He's talking about knowing them, getting to rape them and sodomize them. Last the city was called.
Wanted to sodomize the angels. Gad, read.
And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man.
Look at this. He was willing to give them his daughters. Just don't sin. Don't do this. Lot was, he was like, I have daughters that never been touched by men here. And they're not willing to take the beautiful queens. They want the men. They want angels. They wanted to sleep. That's how wicked these people are. Homosexuals.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes.
Wow.
Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore they came under the shadow of my roof. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them? And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
They're trying to break in Lot's house just to get to the men.
But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut to the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
Yeah, you see that? What did the angels do to the faggots?
Smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
Blinded them.
Both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door.
Yeah, see, they was squandering like chickens with their heads cut off trying to find the door. The angels blinded them. I mean, these people are so wicked. They took the symbol of the Most High that he gave to Noah and they perverted it. Get Genesis 9:11 through 17. And from there, I'll turn it over to Malachi. Took the symbol of the Most High gave to Noah and perverted it. Yeah, read.
Genesis 9:11.
11 through 17. Yeah, read.
And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood.
So in other words, the Most High made a promise to Noah by telling him, I will make a covenant with you. I will not destroy this world by water anymore. Go ahead, read.
Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you.
He said, what? This is the what?
The token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations.
So in other words, the Most High is about to make a forever promise to him. This is my covenant that I'm making with you. Go ahead, read.
I do set my bow in the cloud.
He set what?
My bow in the clouds.
He set his rainbow in the clouds.
And it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
That's it. They took the promise, the deal that the Most High made with Noah, and they perverted it. What's the gay symbol that they use?
They use the rainbow.
They use the rainbow.
They use the rainbow. They have the nerve to take the rainbow. The symbol, like you said, the Most High made a covenant with us, Israel, Noah, that he will not flood the earth the way he flooded at the time of Noah.
These people are something else.
Right. The most righteous thing that the Most High gave us, you use it as a symbol on the flag.
Oh my goodness.
And there's nothing righteous about y'all.
No, not at all.
No, but like it says in Romans, you took the natural use of a woman and went against nature.
Oh, man.
You sinning, you lusting after your own lust. But might as well, let's just go straight to the point. Let's just go to the laws.
You're absolutely right, King. Get Leviticus 18:22.
The book of Numbers. This is the book of the laws. This is the Exodus. This is the books of the laws that was given unto Israel through Moses. So let's just take it to the laws. Because these people, they sit here and like I said, they try to play so righteous and nothing is righteous about you. The Most High said your wickedness and you're going after your own lust, your own preferred.
All right, this is Leviticus 18:22, and it says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as if he lies with womankind."
Mm-hmm. It is abomination.
Wow.
Abomination, a wicked act against the Most High. So he's telling you, the same way you lie down with women, that man, you should not sit there and lie down with another man the same way. You should not. And then I know what the next thing you're going to say. Oh, but since you say that, who are you to say the God don't love me? Who are you to say I can't enter into the kingdom of heaven? But Most High said in the book of Corinthians of the people that will not enter the kingdom of heaven. He repeats himself again after he done said drunkenness, whoremongering. He said, any man that abuse himself, a man that abuse lie down with mankind will not enter in the kingdom of heaven.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. This week's episode is going to be a 2-part series, so stay tuned for the part 2 of our homosexuality podcast.